So the first card you have for your past is the Four of Cups. So I'm seeing that you're feeling like you weren't appreciated at this time, actually, and this could be in your workplace or something related to work. But I'm seeing it's in a workplace with a group of people, and yes, someone else who doesn't deserve this has been treated really well, and you haven't been treated as well as this person, or you weren't at this time for some reason. Yeah, there's something you should have been standing up for and saying at this time, but you would have been really brave if you did this, because it's your job and you have to be professional where you are, and your job might be on the line, I don't know. But there was definitely an unfair situation coming up where nobody was saying anything. And yes, this is in your past, so this could have been resolved. I hope it has been, but if not, have a think about how you might resolve this or get some resolution with the situation. So the next card you have your past is the Knight of Swords. So yes, there's someone close to you who wasn't seeing something in the right way, or maybe they were doing the wrong thing, or they were getting in with the wrong people, or something like that. They were being involved in people who weren't very good for them, or there was something wrong going on they were getting into. And you tried to talk to this person, so it was like you were trying to rescue them from themselves in a way. But maybe you were a bit forceful when you were trying to talk to them, and they didn't listen, or they went the other way. They went in the opposite way you wanted them to go. So yes, this is in the past, but I'm seeing that it's still not too late to talk to this person if you want to talk to them again. Just be careful about how you speak to this person, though, because they can be a bit sensitive, and if you're a tiny little bit away from what they would like, I hope this makes sense, it might make them kind of go in the opposite way or become angry and not listen to you at all. So just be very careful when you speak to this person, and think about how you can speak to them in a way that they'll want to listen to you. So the last card you have your past is the Queen of Pentacles. So yes, I am seeing support here. So you did come back and try to support this person. And I'm also seeing that you've been trying to, or you have been putting some time into improving yourself in some way. And this is physically. I'm not seeing you doing any great big exercise, or maybe you have, but I'm just seeing that, you've been kind to yourself and taking care of yourself. So you might have been getting a lot more sleep, rest, or maybe you've been eating properly, eating healthily, something like that. So the first card you have your present is the Nine of Wands. So I'm seeing strength here, and I'm also seeing boundaries. So there's someone in your past who wanted you to, they wanted you to compromise something, or compromise a lot, or compromise on something that was important to you. This could be an ex, actually, because it's someone from your past. They're not around you physically anymore. That's what I'm seeing. So even though you're really hurt from this experience, and this person really hurt you, and it was a horrible time, you really learned from this time, because at this time in your present, you're actually really, really strong. And, if someone wants to push these boundaries now, you're very strong. You won't let them do that. You won't compromise on things that are important to you from now on. So that's what you've learned from that time. So that's how you are in the present. So it's actually turned out that, it's been good for you in this way. So the next card you have for your present is the Emperor. So again, this is about you feeling really strong within yourself. And yeah, this is really great. And I'm also seeing that you were thinking on, or at this time you're thinking about relying on some other people, but then when you thought about these particular people, you decided that they weren't the right people to rely on. So maybe they're a bit unreliable, but maybe just thought you could do a better job yourself. And so that's what you did. You just decided to rely on yourself here. So you're very, very strong inside yourself. So being by yourself and relying on yourself and doing a lot of things for yourself is fine. You don't have a problem with this at this time. So yes, obviously you can't rely on yourself forever, all the time, on everything. But in this situation, that's what you felt was for the best. And actually it was, or it is, it's in your present, I'm sorry. So it will turn out to be the best for you. So the last card you have for your present is the Page of Pentacles. So yes, for single people who are looking for someone, I'm just seeing someone new coming in for you. And this person has a really innocent way about them, and they're really fun, and they're really playful. They're really fun personality. They sound like a really amazing person. Yeah, this is just really, really nice. And they like to have fun, but they also love learning. So they might be a student, or they might not be a student. They might just really like learning new things. So yes, if this resonates, you'll know who this is. But I like the sound of this person. I like them myself. So yes, for your future, the first card you have is the 10 of Cups. So I love this card. This is another really fantastic card, and I'm really glad you have this in your future. So you're definitely going to be blessed at this time, and you really do deserve this. You've been through a lot of things in your past, and you do deserve this happiness. So you're going to be connecting with a lot of people at this time too, and there are a few people who you haven't seen for a while actually, and I'm just seeing you getting back into contact with some of these people, and it's going to be really positive. When you connect with these people, it'll be positive. There won't be any negativity. You'll just be really relaxed, and you'll really enjoy your time with these people. So the next card you have in your future is the Queen of Cups. So this is another really positive card. So this is a fantastic reading, especially in your future. And yes, for single people again, this is about this person in the Page of Pentacles. And I'm just seeing this new person. Yeah, they're really, really fun. I keep seeing this. And they're also really open and honest. So in a kind of a very innocent way, they're like an open book, and they like to tell you things. So at this time in your future, this person's going to be telling you something about themselves, and you're going to really empathize. You're going to really empathize. That's what I'm trying to say. You're going to really empathize with this person. So you're going to really understand them. You're going to really feel a lot closer to them when they're opening up to you about this thing. That's what I'm seeing. So yes, the last card you have in your future is the Two of Pentacles. So this is reflecting in the Nine of Wands. What I'm seeing is you are so determined not to compromise on things in your present. Now, in this time in your future, you'll be facing some sort of situation where you'll have to compromise on something. So you're going to be juggling your feelings about this, whether this is what you want to do, whether this means you're weak, or whether this means you're going backwards. And it won't mean that if you compromise, because there are some compromises that are fine to make, they're okay. But you're going to be really juggling how you feel about this thing that you're going to compromise on, or you're going to be thinking about this. And you'll be conflicted, but your feet will be planted firmly on the ground. So you'll have a lot of stability beneath you. So whatever decision you make, yes, the first card you have in your past is the 10 of Swords, yes. You were badly hurt by someone, and even though your emotions were really, really strong and very raw, you knew logically that you'd eventually feel better, or that things would get better. So on the one hand, you had your emotions that were there, and on the other hand, you had your mind telling you that, yes, you know this will change, you know this will get better, but sometimes your mind can't, take the place of your emotions. So you had both going on at the same time. And, someone who you're really close to, this could be your partner actually, they left you out, or maybe they didn't do something that was important to you. So I'm not saying that they did something. It was something they didn't do, or didn't take the time to do, or didn't treat you properly, or something like that. But it was something quite serious that meant a lot to you. And, you've been through something similar with this person again, and I'm seeing that you've been around this with them before. And, you did have hope at this time that something would change, or that, either you or they would change, or something would change about this situation. So you still had some hope about it at this time. Yeah, so the next card you have your past is the Page of Wands. So at this time, you're really using your instincts, and you're paying attention to them too. And I'm just seeing you reading or hearing something really profound, which really got you thinking in a new way. And yes, you wanted to read or study more about this new idea or this new thing. So this new, really, really big idea that came along and really had you thinking. So this could be spiritual or philosophical, this kind of an idea, but it's this new way, and it could put you on a whole new road spiritually, or something like that. But you're just researching, you're just thinking about this, and it's in your head a lot, this idea. So the last card you have your past is the Nine of Pentacles, and I'm just seeing that you've been taking care of yourself and, buying nice things for yourself even. So, or maybe for your home. And you may be doing this to feel better because of this past hurt. And, maybe to take your mind off this person who hurt you. And this card's also a message to tell you to, say something if you're not happy. So if you're not happy with this person in the Ten of Swords, say something. Come out and say something. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that you're, maybe you were keeping silent for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, but come out and say something if you haven't done this already. So the first card you have your present is the Tower. Yes. So a lot of people are really afraid of the Tower. And I can be too sometimes. It can be really negative and scary. But in this reading, I'm just seeing that it's a good thing. And, it doesn't feel good while it's happening, of course. It never does. And, yeah, but it is definitely for the best. I'm seeing that this, this collapse is for the best. So this is about you, and it's about this person who hasn't been treating you properly. And there's going to be a falling out with this person. And it does hurt. It definitely does hurt when it's going on. But deep down, I think you knew this would happen. I think you knew, even though you didn't want to admit it, you did know this was going to happen eventually. But yes, the foundations of this tower were shaky. They weren't stable. And, I'm seeing you were trying to hold up the tower by yourself. But you couldn't do this by yourself. You need another person on the other side to hold it up, to hold the tower upright. Otherwise it falls over. It's not balanced properly. Two people need to be holding up this tower, not one. That's what I'm seeing. You were putting all the work in and the other person just wasn't. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have your present is the Knight of Cups. So I'm seeing someone around you is really caring. They're a really caring person and they care about you. And this could be a close friend or a family member, but this person really cares. I'm really seeing caring with this. And I'm just seeing you telling this person about your problems. And this is a woman who's older than you. I'm seeing this woman who's older than you. And yes, she cares about you. I am seeing that she doesn't totally understand everything you're telling her. She hasn't experienced what you've experienced. She just doesn't really understand. Maybe she's from another generation. She just doesn't understand everything you're saying. But she does care about you, and she wants to listen to you, and she wants to help you, and she loves you. I'm seeing that. So the last card you have your present is Judgment. So yes, when this tower falls, it may have already fallen. There's going to be a lot of judging and blame going on, and this is going to go on both sides. But again, there were shaky foundations, so if this hasn't happened yet, I know things need to be said, and I know that you need to come out and say how you feel in the Nine of Pentacles, but don't rehash over things when you're talking about things. Don't rehash over the same things over and over again. Yeah, say your piece and maybe just move on. Don't go over and over things because you'll just feel worse. You won't improve the situation. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that you're both going to be tempted to do this. And, yes, of course, talk about what's happened and talk about it and get what you want out and off your chest. But don't go over and over things more than you need to. And they just won't improve the situation doing this. I'm sorry. So the first card you have for your future is the Three of Cups. So yes, I'm sensing that some friends or someone you know is going to really drag you out to something to try and cheer you up or help you to feel better. And yeah, in the beginning, you're just not going to want to go to this thing. You're just not going to be up to it. You're going to be thinking, I just don't feel like going out. I don't feel like having a party. I don't feel like this. But in the end, you will go. And I think you'll be glad you went because, it won't make you feel amazing and suddenly change everything, but it will help knowing that, people around you care enough about you to ask you out and want to cheer you up. And they do care about you. And I'm also seeing you have someone around you. Well, they're not around you. They care about you, but they're not around you. They're from a distance. They're at a distance from you. There's someone who really cares about you, but they're not right near you. So you might want to contact them too. They really, really care about you. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have in your future is the Knight of Wands. So yes, one of these friends is going to tell you something, and this will really help you to move forward. So again, this is going to take time. I'm not seeing that you're going to suddenly click your fingers and feel fantastic. But this will help. This really will help you, and this person's going to really inspire you with something they say. And I'm seeing this person's been through a lot themselves, and they're actually in a really good position to be able to talk to you and help you. So listen to this person. And, I'm seeing that you are going to listen to this person actually, and this will help. All of these little things, people taking you out, people listening to you, people talking to you, all of this is going to help you to feel a lot better. You're not going to be fantastically better in 1 second, but all these little parts will help, like a jigsaw. So the last card you have for your future is the Six of Swords. So again, this is about you trying to move on to better things. And I'm seeing that at this time you're definitely going to be taking steps to separate yourself from this person. And you're also going to be trying to separate yourself from people or things that remind you of this person as well. So it's like, you've got these swords, and you're just cutting out all of these things that aren't going to help you, because you don't want to be reminded of this person again. You're moving on completely from them. You're still carrying some hurt in this boat with you because of this person, but you're cutting out things that remind you of them, that are going to hurt you. So you'll be cleaning things out of your life to help you to clear things out of your head. That's what's happening.